Hi, it's election day here in the United States, November 3rd, 2020, and what it seems to be one of the most important elections, at least in my 24 years of living in this country. Whether you have the ability to vote or not, if you live in this country, you're going to be impacted in some way or another. Now, I'm not here to discuss politics. I'm not here to discuss candidates. What I'm here for is, as a health and wellness and fitness advocate, I'm here for you. I'm here to kind of remind you that you, despite of what's going on with the elections, despite of anybody else's behavior, despite of what the results of these elections, I'm here to kind of guide you and to educate you and empower you to actually continue to take steps for a healthier you. You must know that stress and anxiety, they are so destructive to our health. Yet, knowing and, sometimes going around it and doing something positive to kind of, minimize, it is tough. Look, I'm human, you're human. We are all part of this state in where we can actually fall apart sometimes. Now, it's okay to feel that way. It's absolutely okay. We need to allow ourselves to feel these emotions. What is not okay is to continue to stay in that state. So, look, yesterday I bumped into Elizabeth Gilbert's, a writer, Facebook Live recording of it that she had done it, and it really was awesome. And I'm putting the link of that in my newsletter. If you want access to my newsletter, please send me a note, and I'll add it to you. Give you the link for it. Anyway, that actually inspired me to do a live video today for you, because I'm not going to touch too much on what she discussed, but it really, sometimes writing, I cannot express my emotions the same way. Maybe you feel like that, or maybe writing for you is the way you express your emotions the best. But I feel like today I needed to come in here live and discuss a little bit of emotional flexibility. The tension has been growing greatly here in the United States about this election. You may feel it, you might see that in your family, your friends, your peers. People are angry in certain way or another. It feels like it. Some people are anxious about what's ahead. And like I said, I want you to take ownership of what you can do. You can do, because sometimes it's easy for us to get into to get focused on what we cannot do, right? And it's time for you to take the ownership of what you can do. So in stressful times like this, I want to send you positive energy, because there is a lot of things to be grateful. I want you to stop right here or after this video, and I want you to write 5 things that you're grateful for. Look, I'm grateful for this roof that I have, my house. I'm grateful for the ability that I have to communicate, to stand up, to move, to walk, to play, to sing, to speak, right? This is my body. I'm empowering my body. So I'm grateful for my body and for my mind. I'm grateful for my family who is there to support me when I need. I'm grateful for my friends who do the same. I'm grateful for nature that gives me so much positive energy when I'm in touch. Either it's in the woods or the grass or the ocean, whatever that is, right? So I want you to take a minute to be grateful for the things that are around you, because there are. So let's shovel the negativity out and put that gratefulness inside you for a second. I also want you to remind you to have compassion, because sometimes the agendas of others, we don't understand their agenda. It's their agenda, it's their opinion. And having compassion, because we don't know all that is going on in their lives and why they're expressing their opinions and emotions the way they are. it is something that we may never understand. So first of all, have compassion for yourself, for how you're feeling, but also have compassion for others. And at your best of your ability, try to understand, but know that we cannot change other people. We can change ourselves by taking actions every day. So I would remind you of that too. Also, one thing is, to continue to have human decency. And what I mean with that is, I'll share a brief story that a client of mine shared with me recently. That happened to her this week, actually. And she was driving, and by the way, she's African American. And I think to the point is important to mention that, simply because that's her view of what happened to. She was on this crossroads, and there was a lot of people coming, turning, all that. She's driving very slow. She turned the blinks to make a left turn. She looked around, saw the car on the side block. Everybody's somewhat in agreement, right? Anyway, she made the left turn calmly, and she got the finger. She got the finger. She was called the nigger and all this kind of stuff, abusive. And she's telling me this information in person, and I could feel the pain. From her perspective, this is a political view from her, what's going on, the tension that has been created around the politics and how people's view that it's okay to express their emotions and words like that. I'm not here to discuss if she's right or wrong about that. But what I don't feel that is right is to have this behavior towards other people. Look, I mean, again, whatever is going on in these two gentlemen who are white, according to her, giving her the finger and speaking loud, screaming, calling her names is not right. Let's have human decency. I think the stress in our lives has grown to the point over here, COVID-19 or not, to the point that is making us unaware maybe of what we're doing. Let's take a time out. Let's take a time out. And if you know somebody who is behaving a little different, unusual, and weird, and, unapologetically, I want to say incorrect in some ways when it comes to human decency, please find a way to share some love with that person and share some perspective that might help to kind of guide this person to a better direction. We all need each other, black, white, yellow. I don't care what color you are, what race you are, what game you play. We all need each other. And the healthier we are, the better we are. Some folks say, oh, my diet is my business, right? And I'm not here to discuss your diet today, but the reality is your diet is, in today's world, everybody's business, because your choices, food-wise, and so beverage-wise, and stress-wise, and so on, are going to impact the health of others, not only yours. And in a time of viruses and things like that, yes, your diet, it actually meaningful to others as well, because from you passes to all. Your health is impacting the health of others, okay? But going back to this kind of emotional flexibility, and during this election day, today might be the day that tonight, when the TV is going, the news is going, maybe you find yourself that you're so stressed out, that might be a day for you to actually go to bed, for you to find a way to be with yourself in different ways, to raise that stress, irritability, tension, and so on. And again, I'm going to encourage you to listen to Elizabeth Gilbert's Facebook. So what can you do? What can you do? Here are a few tips, okay? So let's talk about the stress. So, first of all, the stress and the anxiety will actually disrupt your digestive system greatly. It's gonna be a brain wreck. It impacts our hippocampus, impact our prefrontal cortex over here. It's going to impact your ability to think clearly, and definitely your emotions. And because it impacts the hippocampus, it's going to impact many, 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 many hormones in your body. So know that the least, okay? So I'm begging you to do what I tend to do, is to focus on what I can do. Right? So in today and every day of my life, and it says, I know we are the president of this country who have some power to my ability to do certain things, but that's a small compared to our ability to lead our lives. Think about this. So maybe this is another time out that you want a piece of paper, you want to grab a piece of paper, say, what are the things that I can do for myself that does not depend on anybody? And be honest with yourself. Be honest, right? You can choose, your actions. And there is hundreds and hundreds of them, tiny as they are, that actually will move you the needle. So focus on what you can do despite of who the president is. And yes, disregard at the moment, and I would say for most of your life, what is coming from top down, from presidency down, because your life is going to be dictated by others and not by you. And that's not going to be the way that you come to the end of your life saying, okay, I led my life with my own powers. Don't let others lead you, right? You take the action. So focus on what you can do. 2 is, you can use essential oils actually to calm down. So here is one lemon. There is, lavender oil has been one of the oils that is very well known, to bring calmness. Chamomile oil, so lemon oil is also another one. So what you can do about this, there's studies actually, that lemon oil has reduced the stress. So you can search for that. But what you can do, you can just do that, put that on your wrist over here, right? You don't need to mix with anything else. And, you put your wrist, rubbish against each other and smell, right? Take deep breaths about this, on doing this. And look, you can feel this coming to your brain and to your body. Do this throughout the day, throughout the night, as often as you can. Bring this to your office, a home office. If you're already going to the office, I don't care where. Grab a few essential oils and do this for yourself. You can put also the essential oils behind over here. In parts that are very sensitive, and have your veins, close to you, and then they're close to your skin, so actually get to your body faster, so over here in your thymus, your neck, behind your ears, sensitive parts of your body. So that's what you can do. So grab one of those essential oils to help you calm down. Another thing is eating healthy, right? I would recommend you eating something soothing tonight. Prepare a soup or buy a healthy soup in your local health store, but you can make a soup very easily at home if you have a crock pot, or if you have just a pan on the stove, right? And eat that warm food with you. Chew the food well. Help your digestive system, because let me tell you, as I mentioned, the stress wrecks our digestive system, right? It will do it. So help your body. Drink fluids in water form, warm water with lemon. So those are kind of things that you can do today, tomorrow, whatever, anytime you feel stressed out, to kind of, help your body to thrive. So your goal, my goal, or I'm sharing that maybe a goal that you would like to have for yourself, set for yourself, is to help your body to thrive. So ingest foods and do things that will kind of, help empower your body and your mind, right? Especially when we're talking about the mind, because the brain over here is doing all the work, right? Tell you what to do. So let's help this brain to make good decisions, right? As far as beverages, like I said, water with lemon. Avoid alcohol as much as possible, because that's gonna destroy and it's gonna impact, I'm not gonna say destroy, maybe a little too word, but it can be destructive over time. Once in a while is not, but tonight might not be the night, if you're really kind of going for these elections and tense about it, might not be the night for you to have been having alcohol to actually get you more stressed out, to think, the common sense gets out of scope over here when alcohol is in our brain, right? And if you say alcohol calms me down, Maria, makes you sleep, and it says, I'm sorry, it doesn't. It's just, it will shut you down, but disrupt your sleep. You're not going to sleep well. Your quality of sleep is not going to do well. I know that because I track those things myself too when I drink, which is not often, but I do track it. Your REM sleep, your deep sleep is not going to be the same. So you're not going to be having a good morning. So you might fall asleep, but the quality is wrecked, and that's not the way that life that you deserve. Okay, I don't care how many days a year you do it, but choose, right? So drink other beverages that are not gonna create this kind of tension in your body, right? And look, exercise is always helpful when during stress, right? So if you are like stressed out, let me tell you, a few seconds to 30 seconds to a minute, putting breaks out there, or burst exercises, are excellent for your brain, excellent for your body, for you to kind of change perspective of things going on, for you to recalibrate. So you know what? Do 30 seconds to a minute of high knees. Take a few deep breaths, rest for another minute, do another minute of jumping jacks, do another minute of plank jacks, do burpees, whatever your body you're capable of doing, considering your level of fitness. Get your heart rate up. The idea is to get your heart rate up. Take a few deep breaths, right? In between these bouts of exercise, you're gonna feel different. Trust me on this, okay? Last but not least, breathe. And I want to invite you to what is called a box breathing, right? You basically take 4 to 5 seconds, to breathe, to inhale. Then you hold for 4 to 5 seconds, and then you exhale, for another 4 to 5 seconds. It is even better if you can actually exhale even slower, to about double that, so maybe 8 seconds. Those things, you're going to see a shift in your brain. You're going to see a shift in your heart rate. You're going to shift, you're going to feel the shift, period, body and mind. So that's my message to you today. Have the emotional flexibility, right? From the compassion to positive energy, human decency. Help your body to be more emotionally, stronger, right? To deal with the circumstances that we are. Remember, you have a lot for you. You can control a lot of your life. One person, one man, one party in power is not going to take your life away. We are blessed to live here in the United States and in other democracies in the world, but there are many people, millions and millions of people who do not have the choice that we have. So if you voted, congratulations for taking the privilege, for taking advantage of your privilege. If you didn't vote, but you can, I'm sorry. Keep your mouth shut, zip it, because, you didn't express your opinion. That's honestly how I feel. And if you live in this country and if you're not able to vote, I also would say be careful with your words, because you're living here, right? And you couldn't express your opinions in the polls. So, zip as well, right? We all can have our opinions, but I think that when we are able to express our opinions in a circumstance like this, that's when we have more power, right? So anyway, have a wonderful day. That's my message for you today. And if you want to reach out to me, if you have any comments, you want to share what's going on, your emotions about any of this stuff, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. bfabbu.com, or send me a note at 770-835-5490. You can reach me on YouTube. You can reach me on Facebook or my website, or you have my contact information. I'll send you lots of love, and breathe. Okay? I'll see you next time. Take care.